Players continually get better. This is an important thing that people don't seem to realize. Like, the Brood War pros right now are better than they were 10 years ago. The StarCraft 2 pros right now are better than they were 10 years ago, etc., etc. All right, let's do this. Finals time. All right, here we go, guys. This is the finals. It's going to be best of 5. And we have Kira in the bottom right, and we have Dark in the top left. It looks like we're going to have a walled expansion, which means double barracks. Almost certainly double barracks Reaper. But we'll see. We'll see. Hope you guys are enjoying. Big thanks to everyone for stopping by. You know, please make sure you follow the channel. I cast StarCraft 2 every week, and Mapu is the observer every week. Do check him out as well. You can use the command Mapu in the chat if you want to follow his stuff. His YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and all that jazz. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. The last match there was really, really fantastic, right? So at least we are getting some good matches at the end. And of course, once we are done here, I'll be playing some Brood War. Unless this match takes an hour and 10 minutes, we'll be playing Brood War. And maybe even then. I don't think it'll take that long, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely do follow the channel. And of course, it's always welcome for you to subscribe. That will keep the commercials out of your way. So that's a smart thing to do. Anyways, here we are. We're in the finals, and as far as who's going to win this, I think Kier's absolute best play is really incredibly hard to deal with, but he doesn't put it out that much. He has been becoming more stable with the level of play that he puts out, which is good, because that's always been something I've kind of talked about with him as one of his big weaknesses, is the volatility of his games. But yeah, we're just gonna wait and see, I guess, and like how well is he gonna execute this. Dark generally is just in good shape or bad shape. Honestly, for most of the year, I did not feel like he was in particularly good shape. Tonight, he has looked amazing. He has looked really fantastic tonight, so I can't really say anything negative. Had a great series against Beyond there. Some insane comebacks there as well. Honestly, I thought Bjorn was going to end up taking it. And Bjorn's in very good shape right now. Top 8 at Gamers 8 as well. You know, obviously got outclassed there by Raynor. But anyways, putting some pretty heavy damage onto this hatchery. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to get it. Like, honestly, when I see this, it does almost confuse me a bit that they put this much effort into... Oh, that's not good. They put this much effort into damaging this hatch, especially in that location. That's funny. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, like, you should not be able to get the hatch. Like, if we're talking about this from a theory perspective, like, you should never be able to get that hatch with this build. So if you're putting a lot of damage on it, now, let's say it was right here, where they're going through right here. Let's say that was the third base. Putting the damage on it makes more sense to me, because you can hit a follow-up push to try to punish it. The third base, where Dark put it, is so out of the way, it is unrealistic, really, to do a follow-up build that has potential to kill that. Right? You're going to be diving too deep. You're almost playing into Zerg's hands if you try that. So, I don't like it. Like, the amount... Like, look, he put hundreds of damage on there. That was potentially hundreds of damage elsewhere. Well, not as much, because you're going to have to micro, you're going to have to heal, things like that. But, like, I don't see the value there. I don't think that was some optimal play there from Kier. So, anyways, comes back. Let's talk about the build that we actually see here, okay? So, it looks like this is a 3 racks follow-up. This is... Oh, he actually saw the 3rd racks as well. That's a huge scout from Dark. And the fact that he saw that Overlord is kind of insane. Oh, a command center. Well, what I was going to say is the 3 racks follow-up I don't see as much. I see a lot of factory follow-ups. I see a lot of command center follow-ups. I see a lot of 4 racks follow-ups. 3 racks, I was like, wow, that's kind of in between. But to throw down the command center makes it make a lot more sense, right? So instead of that 4th racks where you're going to be producing Marines and have to build depots at a more regular pace, instead you bank up that extra 400, throw down the command center, and then tech normally. So he's still going to have a lot of units. The amount of units that Kira is going to have could be utilized in a push, but like, look, this is a very, very quick one. He's actually doing it before combat shields, which is not a common timing, but it's a one-way push. And I mean, if he gets that hatchery, power to him for damaging with the Reapers, but it doesn't seem, again, like, look at how far you had to go to get over here. It doesn't seem likely. And as you can see, he gets cleaned up completely. He got 2 drones. He got some lings. He damaged a queen. But yeah, that's kind of as expected, right? That did not do that much. All right, a lot of banelings being morphed right outside. That's kind of interesting. 23 banes. He's going for a kill right now. Dude, what? Are you serious right now? Holy shit. I can't believe he scouted that. He was going for an Overlord kill, and there's no Overlord there. And there's a baneling bust coming, which he now saw. Oh my god. Oh, that could be a good explosion right there. Well, 11 kills. Ooh, sick last baneling explosions. And he will end up holding that. He will repair this as well. Oh, dude, that almost finished as well. Oh, crazy stuff going on. 19 SCVs. Look at workers, though. 38 for Dark, 31 for Cure. And Cure has 3 command centers. When you have 3 command centers and they put that much into an attack, number-wise, you look at this, you're like, yeah, Dark's good. No, he's not. He's not good. He's behind. This is good for Cure. He can replace those SCVs very simply. His tech is better. Everything is delayed for Dark. Everything is delayed. He does not have a macro hatch. He does not have a 4th base. He does not have a layer. He does not have anything going on. He doesn't have a fucking evolution chamber. Okay? This is really bad for Dark. Like, he was trying to win there. That was a little bit all in. That was a little bit all in. All in is an overused term in commentary, probably partially because of me. But it's, you know, this is not an area where it's easy to come back from as Dark. Now, Roach is being made. He is going to switch it over into Roach Tech. That's going to be doubly hard. There's already Medivacs out. There's already stim and combat shields. There's already +1. I don't know, man. I think, like, Dark did come back from a very tough game against Bjorn. It didn't really look like this. But that was an amazing comeback with the Roaches, right? So we'll give a nod towards that while saying that this looks like a Cure victory. Right, clearing a bunch of creep right now. It's a great area to clear because, again, that is the normal attack path for Terran in this matchup. Dark honestly should expand to the bottom of the map and just leave that area alone. And in fact, he does. Fucking brilliant, man. Great move from Dark. Great move from Dark. The, you know, the normal attack path, there's no way he can hold it this game. So he's got all his creep out far on this end. And look, this comes over, like, this may get a cancel right away. Some pretty good targeting. Dark will just hold that for now, and now Bjorn sees what the plan is. And he's already removed a lot of creep in that area. But I think that this is the best idea for Dark. Is you creep this area, you expand down there because you can't possibly hold the regular push path. But now Bjorn can direct his focus like a laser down there. But the other thing that this does is as Dark focuses more and more defense there, there's potential to hit the main. Because the main is so far away and you're on the slowest composition that you can have at this stage of the game, which is Roach Ravager, and you're playing in a vertical line on the map, right? Sometimes you make triangle bases, sometimes you make quadrants of 4 bases that are like a rhombus type shape. Sometimes you make a vertical line. With the vertical line, it's going to be very hard to rotate from down here to up top. So notice how Bjorn has a group right outside the main base. See this? This is danger. So Dark has to split perfectly this entire time. See, he's got just enough right there, He's got just enough at the bottom. Notice how many lings he has in the main. He knows that that's his weakness because of how he's expanded. And Bjorn knows, and they're both waiting for someone to fucking flinch. So right now, Bjorn's stimping down, going into this fourth base. A lot of roaches coming. He's going to have to pick up from that. Picks up, boosts out. Now, when you see those lings down there, that's when you should be thinking about dropping the main. Where did those lings come from? He didn't just make those lings. He doesn't want lings right now. He's got 1-1 on roaches. This would have been a perfect time to drop. A perfect time. Bjorn missed that. Ravagers coming in for a little bit of a counterattack. Dark wanting to switch this up and put some aggression on. He does have a lot of Ravagers. Okay, the drop goes down at this third base location. That's insane. That's a lot of damage right there. But damage is being dealt across the map. Third base goes down. Third base for Bjorn. No more SCVs there. He is losing a lot of workers, no doubt. No doubt. Killing a lot of production, perhaps, as well. Brings up the rest of his Marines. Uh-oh, bringing all of his units out on the map for a frontal attack here. Wow. It looks like just enough from Dark to just barely hold on here. Dark's attack is still working. He's killed the factory. He's forced to lift on the third. He's killing the barracks at the wall. Production for Cure is going down. Economy for Cure is going down. Dark is limping through this game economically. He has that base at the bottom. That's important. But if Bjorn sends anything there, it's fucked. Good biles. Seriously, one medevac to bottom left, man, can turn this game around a little bit for Bjorn, I think. All right, that is a lot of Roach Ravager coming in. SCVs get pulled. Maybe it's too late for Bjorn to do anything at this point. Bio comes down. He tries to stand as hard as he can there. Little bit of a counterattack still up there. That more of a containment, I guess, truly. As the Roaches go down, the Ravagers do get a little bit softer. Just to mention, oh god, everything getting up into his main base. He's going to have to pull those SCVs as well. The counterattack coming in. Again, that bottom left base is the only thing going on for Dark right now. He is losing everything in his natural. He's killing everything in Bjorn's main. Bjorn has almost nothing left. He's got 2 workers. Don't worry, he has mules. But look at this. Bjorn stimming in. That natural going to go down. He's on top of production. Dude, this is a crazy base trade right now. Why am I saying Bjorn? Sorry. It's Cure. My brain is on Bjorn because we just casted that 6 series. Sorry about that. Cure. But anyways, Cure right now in that main base. Okay, gonna boost out. But again, that bottom left that has like literally nothing at it is what has kept Dark in this game. 1 worker against 14. Few roaches coming up, picking off mules. Cure is dead. Cure's dead. His last SCV goes down. See, this is what we were talking about before. Cure going to drop on this base. The few remaining drones going to try to get out. Is there a way where this becomes a draw? I'm going to say there is a slight chance that this could become a draw. If Cure gathers everything he has, sends to the top left, gets a hatch, that's a draw. That becomes a draw. Well, actually, I don't know if he puts, like, it looks like the biggest dead airspace is next to the main bases. Right? Right next to the main bases, there's big dead airspace. I don't know if you put Ravagers on both sides if you can hit with a bile, because overall the army of oh god, that's too many. The army of Dark here is better, so he might be able to like force everything away. Look at this, he's chasing the command centers. Yeah, that's too many units. Dark's got it. He's got it. So he'll just eliminate everything now, chase command centers around with his units. Cure is going to try to clean up these few units here and there, try to get a few more minerals out, see what he can do. So he's going to land some mules. He's getting mules down there as well. I tell you, 1 Banshee. I love looking at a game like this and be like, what would 1 Banshee do here? Oh, it would make Cure win. Sick. Yeah, right now, Dark cleaning everything up. Lands at that starport again. Yeah, I don't think there's any real world in which he can get a Banshee. Like, having to make the add-on and then make a Banshee, that's a little bit tough. But honestly, a Banshee would be so insane here. You'd have to withdraw your Roaches. You'd have to either shove them or withdraw them. That's it. It's your two choices. Okay, getting rid of so much. There is mining going on at 2 bases. Tech Lab. He actually, I don't think he's going for a tank. I think he's going for a Cyclone. I think Cyclone is your best bet here. I like the Burrow upgrade. That's going to give a few more options. Like, for instance, if a Banshee pops out, the Burrow is going to help you against that. Because he's re-expanding to his natural. Both sides barely mining right now. Barely mining. Oh, no. 2 SCVs being made up here. You don't want to be losing those. Oh, no. Oh, no. Removing creep instead of muling? I don't know about that one. Not a fan. Oh, okay. Liberators. Oh, you know what? I actually, like, wasn't even thinking of those, but that's going to be pretty useful. It's not quite a Banshee because you can't really chase anything, but defensively, it's going to be very strong. That's some great micro from Cure. Dude, what game are we looking at here? This is just madness. Look, this is what happens when you open up with Bjorn and you go into Cure. Crazy game. Another Liberator coming out. Has a siege tank. I thought he was going to get a Cyclone, honestly. There's so few units, like, you can really micro Cyclone right now. You need a medevac with it, but, like, it would be annoying. It would be real annoying. Now, what happens when you have 3 Liberators? Can you not just fly them over and the Queens are not going to be able to quite get them? I think. I don't know. We'll see. The Liberator's got to reposition here. There we go. Got one there. We got a siege tank here. Dude, this is crazy. This is crazy right now. Look at that. Has to back up. All right, another siege tank being ferried over from the hidden factory. Look at this, taking out the rocks. Ooh, trying to burn the command center down. Love to see it. Very defensive placements on everything. I can't believe that this game is still going. This game was so close to over. Both ways. Ah! Can't lose like that. Can't allow it. Look at this. 3 coming from the side. He moves it. Fucking god, Cure. What a godly move there. That was such a quick unsiege on the Liberator. Oh my god. Is Cure gonna actually do it? Are you kidding me? Dude, this is the most insane stuff ever. He runs under the Liberators on top of the siege tank, getting the siege tanks now. The siege tanks are all dead. The Liberator resetting up. The Roaches run out from underneath it. Oh my god. Oh my god. You have no way to kill this. GG is called. Gong. Dark takes the lead 1-0. That game was insane. That was the craziest game. Dude. Wild game. Dude, I didn't know who was going to win. First, I thought Bjorn was going to win. Then I thought Dark was going to win. Then I thought Cure was going to win. And then Dark won. Any of those 3 players could have won that game.
Artosis donated $3. Do you think Irob could take a 14-inch penis?
Anything he puts his mind to, that guy's a god gamer.
Oh, God! Ah, it's Holmes, Mac, and Swatty again.
Oh, no.
Why do you two
All right,
keep
none of these in
coming
the
over?
game. We're starting.
You are
This is the
both
last
so
dono.
small.
And then we'll play them after. Oh. Shit. Well, we'll play it later. Sorry. I forgot I don't have that set up on this screen. All right, here we go. Ancient Cistern for map number 2. Dark in the top right. In the bottom left, we have Cure. It's time for double proxy racks, my man. No. Cowardly. Okay. Woo! Yeah, we'll play that dono after. Sorry. I didn't realize I didn't have that set up here. Streaming's hard work, boys. Okay. Yes, this is the grand finals that we are in right now for the ESL Open Cup. And it's a great one so far. It's a great one. These dark games have been out of control. That last one really went back and forth. Really back and forth. Might be a frustrating one for Cure. To lose from that position Beyond got him into, my god. Something else, really. No, this is not being streamed on YouTube as well by any chance. All right. So Cure going for Byun's favorite opener, the 2-Rax Reaper in the front. I love how I can't get fucking Byun out of my head. That Byun Dark series was too good, man. It really got stuck in there. You know, this happens. This happens, really, to commentators all the time. And actually, you guys know, like, if you actually play StarCraft 1 or 2, like, you'll be really thinking about the game you just played. Like, let's say you just played a Terran vs. Protoss. You'll be really thinking about that, and you'll just open up as if it's Protoss, but then it's Zerg, and you get Zergling Rush, and you're like, why does my brain not work? You know, you're just like you're kind of distracted thinking about what happened before. Everyone's had that moment. Everyone's had that moment. I do that probably once a month where I'm totally thinking about something else. And here it's happened in the casting as well, which, I mean, that happens. That happens. All right, gets a Ling. The additional Reapers are coming. So this is the difference, right? Like, when it's one Reaper expansion, that part is stupid. Here, it actually means something because you have more Reapers coming, so you can actually start to snowball damage instead of just damage to Lings. So even one Ling kill here could potentially make a difference. Now, the third hatchery is being made by Dark. Zergling speed is already on the way. The 3 Reapers is going to continue harass. Now, this is a more normal follow-up than what we saw from Cure previously. He's going into a factory right afterwards. And, oh, it's going to be factory CC. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So factory CC. What does he want with the factory? Huh. I guess he'll just go straight into port. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, okay. So I was like, yeah, nothing fits here with the factory, honestly. Dude, that's some good micro right there. That's some Byun-like micro from Cure. Yeah, so there's the starport, and he starts the reactor as well. So just going to get probably some reactor medevacs out, making 3 Marines at a time. Probably going to put a little pressure on with that when he can. Lots of drones coming out as Speed is finishing 3 Queens as well. So some heavy macro here from Dark. Reapers all go home for the time being. Looks like he wanted to rotate them to the front so the Marines could come in. But you know what? This is a great scout. He sees everything. That's a great sacrifice of an Overlord, honestly. I like seeing Overlord sacrifices. I think it's just smart. Like, there's too many continuations to this build. I think if you don't sacrifice an Overlord, you're putting yourself in a position where you might die because you didn't want to spend 100 minerals on getting all the info that you needed. Because, like, from here, excuse me, from here, as Dark, like, you have enough info to just about play the rest of the game, right? Everything's going to be pretty straightforward from here. Like, you don't know every little bit, but just knowing, like, oh, that's the time of the command center. I know when flying units are going to be at my base. Bam. We good. All right, so Roach Warren, double Evo, a lot of gas is being gotten, as well as that layer. Definitely looks like it's going to be a very Roach-heavy game here from Dark. Not a surprise. It's going to be what he's best at, I think. Kira having to back up with that Liberator. Combat shields on the way. Third base being landed very quickly. I love to see that. You know, that's one of the tricky things about playing Terran. When exactly do you land those third bases? You know, I always say, just don't take a third. Just play on 2 bases for 25 minutes. And then complain about playing against 7 bases. Cure here, though, gonna get it quicker. Taking that risk. Now has that all set up. You guys are ridiculous. Now, double medevac coming across the map, right? Let's see what this can get done. Clearing an Overlord. Oh, he's gonna clear 2. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Popping 5 Overlords now to try to catch back up 6 even. 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's why it was afraid. Now, coming in and just clearing some of the creep is nice. One thing to mention here, okay, we talked a lot about this in the previous game, and I thought it was a very interesting point to the game. We have this vertical line of 4 bases for Dark. Now, look how he has the Lings patrolling in the main and the Queens there, right? Now, his Roaches are going to have to roam the bottom parts. But again, just like last game, this is the hard part, is that the travel distance from that bottom base up into the main base is incredibly long. It's really, really far for Roaches to do. So this is where splitting your units as Cure, keeping pressure on the bottom, and units near the top is very, very important. Now, we talked about it in the previous game about how when the Lings came to join up with the army, that opened up the drop potential for the main base. We don't know if that's going to happen exactly like that again, but you have to look for things like that to get this damage. For instance, those queens sitting there, those high-energy queens, you can't keep those there forever. He's going to move them eventually, right? So there is something to say for patience and stuff here. Now, nothing actually down here. It seems like there's actually a counterattack going on, so Cure is going to be able to kill this hatchery. I'm not so sure about this counterattack. Does he actually have enough? Maybe he does, actually. That's a lot of Roaches coming in from the side. Now, the Biles, ooh, those were very good Biles. That really forced him very, very far back. And now he can hold this small choke, right? So it's a lot harder to come out against this. He's killing some of the production. There, the Marines being cleared out. Yeah, this is very good moves from Dark. But he lost his 4th, right? So that's, like, just very important to mention. Now, comes out, Biles down that Liberator as quickly as he can. Kills a few SCVs, putting damage onto the Orbital. But now we have Marauders in here as well. Right, more medevacs coming back. Good splits here from Cure. A lot of damage being dealt on both sides. More Roaches coming, and now finally Cure decides, you know what, we are going to get out of here. Micro's back. Stims tries to take a good engagement here against the Roaches. He's trying to stay out of range of some of the units here from his opponent. That Sea Chain coming down the ramp definitely wants that up high where it can't be seen. There's nothing to spot that, so that's going to help immensely. The Senghis tank coming up as well. This is going to put an end to attack in the natural, but Dark can back up and still slow down the retaking of the 3rd base. And that's huge for Dark right now. Dark is retaking his own 4th, while, well, it looks like he backed up more quickly than I thought he would there. I thought he would give a little bit more delay, I guess, into retaking the 3rd, but actually he's sent down more units. He's making more Ravagers. He might be going for a kill here. Like, he gets enough Biles, he can kill that. Buildings aren't fast enough to dodge perfect biles. See? So Dark kills the third command center. This is where, as Dark, in my opinion, every time you back up to your creep, every time, I don't see a single reason for him to stay here. You just killed the third command center. Okay, you know he doesn't have a fourth command center. It just started. If you back up to your own creep, you play defensively for a moment, you get your shit together, there's no way Kira's going to beat you. But if you're battling out here, hemorrhaging units, for what? What are we doing? What are we doing with these units? What value are you gaining? Please tell me. This keeps a medevac on top. Cure knows if he can whittle down every one of these units, that might open up an attack for him. When you get ahead, get further ahead. A wise man once said that. Honestly, ooh, I like this idea of trying to buy all that take. He does get it. He does get it. But again, like, I feel like he's committing so much here. He is maxed out. Cure trying to take a good engage. Good splits. Good splits. The Bile's barely hitting anything. They get one medevac. Getting very low on medevac energy, by the way. So that's a bit annoying. Puts another one on top of the army to watch. Cure's still looking to grind this down. You know, Cure is down in army supply, but don't forget, Roach Ravager is very expensive supply-wise. So Cure's army strength is not very different from what Dark has. Dark is getting a very good drone count at this point. He's macroing well at home. Now, it looks like, okay, he lifts up and brings some of the units up there. I honestly wouldn't mind him trying to slip a medevac or two medevacs out towards the fourth or the main. Feels like both of those could be strong moves if he can get away with it. And he needs to do something big, right? He needs to do something big if he wants to win this game. Now, he almost has 2-2, by the way. The tank's on high ground, still zoning everything out of his natural. I love this medevac over the army. It's just perfect vision. It's just such a good move from Cure. And then it heals during the battle, too. It's hilarious. Look at that. Dodges all the biles. What a hero medevac. All right, setting up another tank. He's got to take his third. We're running out of time. It is 2-2 against 2-2 now. Hive is up. Viper's on the way. Honestly, like, every Viper spell here is deadly. Yanking the tanks, parasitic bomb on these very low energy vessels. You know, there's a lot of things here that are super strong from the Viper. Blinding Clouds on the tanks, amazing. Blinding Clouds on the Bio Army to just force them into the Roach Concave, super strong. You have to utilize the range advantage that Marines and Marauders have over Roaches in these types of situations. If everything's firing at the same time, Marines and Marauders are going to be screwed. Okay, so Dark has taken a fifth. Third base is finally landed for Cure. Cure has a very scary army right now. The supplies are mostly different just in workers. And again, like I mentioned before, it's a very supply inefficient army for Dark. He's making it more supply efficient by adding Banelings, as that is the most supply efficient unit in the game next to the Disruptor. So that is adding a little bit of power to his punch. But Cure has a very legitimate army right now. All right, picks up. Doesn't really get too much done there. You know, denying any hatcheries, slowing any bases is helpful. But Dark is not, you know, this is not like end of the world stuff. Double parasitic bomb. Love to see that once again. Shit. Oh, man, just barely lives through. Okay. Big army coming through to that fourth base. Siege is up. Let's see if he can hold it. The Baneling's coming in. He stands his ground. Stands his ground. Doesn't flinch at the Banelings. And Dark has to pull back. Dark has to pull back, right? This is... Again, I feel like... you know, if Dark had pulled back a little bit earlier... I don't know. It feels like he spent so much money trying to keep battling to prevent that third base. Where I feel like he could have exploded at home. But I think it can be argued either way. It's just I'm looking at this position now, and we have basically the same army from Dark plus a few Banes, and Kira's outscaled him. Kira has a huge amount of army supply. He has good upgrades. He has a good amount of siege tanks. He's coming across the map, and he's mad. All right, nice yoink. Nice yoink. Those Vipers definitely going to make a big difference here. No doubt about that. Ooh, good pick off on that medevac. A lot of queens there. Slow anything down. Cure pushing onto that creep a little bit. Letting his Marauders absorb those Banelings as if they were Wendy's. Good Blinding Cloud goes down. Has to run way, way back. Oh man, the Baneling's getting on top of those Marauders. Huge attack here, though. He's going to take out all these queens, which is kind of annoying. Not the end of the world. Now, Kira has a fourth base. He has a roaming army in the top left, right? That's been hitting those edge hatcheries, which is really good. He's trying to slow down Dark from doing anything right now. He's got this secondary roaming army down here. Look at how red his medevacs are. Dude, if you throw 2 parasitic bombs on that, this game is almost over. That's like, he'll lose almost every medevac. There they go. There's 2. Look, look, look. Bam, bam, bam. Everything's blowing up. Look at that. See that? Jesus, he's down to 2 medevacs. Am I a prophet or what? All right, so Banelings go in, kill off all of these SCVs. Dude, the command center goes down. Very tough suddenly. But Dark Supply has fallen dramatically as well. Definitely has a lot more going on that production tab. His economy is not so good anymore either. Decent biles going down. And some damage on those medevacs as well. Oof. Alright, Ling's coming in from the top as well there. More and more biles go down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a lot of Marauders. Takes down the hatchery. Yeah, 5 hatches killed so far. 15 medevacs. Jeez. Craziness. Dark has bases on both sides of the map, but Cure is splitting right now. So the army's too big here. Cure has to pull back. But this hatchery has really nothing at it. There's some real potential for him to go kill that. Yep, he's sending his army. This is great. He's keeping everything busy up here. Cure with some great multitasking. Yeah, gonna get some of these drones as well. Can afford to pick off the drones because he knows he's gonna get the hatch no matter what. And suddenly we have Cure taking the advantage as far as economy goes. First time this game, that's for sure. Infestors, Lings, Queens on the way here for Dark. That does not sound like it bodes too well for him. Those do not sound like very good fighting units right now. Like, obviously, Infestors are something that's going to be very helpful in these low econ situations. He's going to need some insane fungals, though. Kira continuing to expand. Really has fought his way right back into this. Some parasitic bombs as well as fungals go down. Dark has got to hold on here. Great fungal to the north. That fungal absolutely killing. Some good biles there as well. Only a few units left over here for Dark. But it is enough. Some biles go down. He picks off the rest. The fungal corrosive is a real combo here. Hydralis Den. Lingbane. Hydralis Den. I don't even know what to think about a Hydralis Den right now. That feels like a very weird choice. Trying to think what you... Like, you have to buy 2 Hydralis upgrades. Did he just cancel it? No, it finished. Okay, never mind. Okay, Hydra range, so he's going to go for a defensive stance with the Hydras. Maybe utilize them to just kind of stand and fight. Cure, just trying to harass anything he can at the moment. 12 drones coming up. Are we actually getting into a remacroing phase where both sides are recovering their economies? It looks that way, doesn't it? Both sides are having a hard time attacking right now. Wow, that's a lot of infester. Don't forget, there's no ghosts out this game. The game has been so crazy that he just hasn't had an opportunity to really get into ghosts, which makes those infestors all the more deadly. A little bit of Ling Harass doing a lot. Vipers, of course, no real way to stop those either. Yeah, Dark Spellcasters really, I think, are going to make a huge difference here. Just the pure bio here from Cure shouldn't be able to deal with that. It's a good turret. Yeah, more Lings. Hydra speed on the way as well. Having a little bit of a hard time getting his drones to actually mine as he wants them there. Lurker Den on the way. May as well, as his economies are recovering. You know, lurkers being added into any comp can certainly be very useful. Makes very hard positions for Marine Marauder to do anything. Especially as Dark is remaxing. This is crazy that we're on, like, 60 workers on both sides. Alright, Parasitic Bombs going down on these medevacs. Trying to split them out. Oh, man, these yoinks. Plus the targeting. Cure's supply plummeting. GG. Gong gong. Dark leads 2-0. Wild. Sick games. Sick games tonight. Dude, I think I had way too much caffeine. I have the worst heartburn right now. It's killing me.
Artosis don't scam donated $3. Don't forget to replay the Tangia Donna from Vegeta. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Damn, I was gonna scam him till you said that.
Oh, God. Ah, it's Holmesmack and Swati again. Why do you two keep coming over? You are both so small, so tiny. Holmesmack and Swati can't even fill a thimble. Give me Lyrak. That's who I want. Lyrak is huge. He is so big. A magnum is way too small for Lyrak. Oh, God, here comes Lyrak now. Both of you get the fuck out now. Get out! Oh, hi, Lyrak. Oh, ye.
This is true StarCraft.
Oh,
okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go into the next game. So, we're in game number 3 here. We have Dark in the bottom right. We have Cure in the top left. We're on Babylon. Should be a slightly better map here for Cure. The last game was won by Dark. Dark is in the lead 2-0, so he is on match point for the rest of the night. Yeah, let's just, I guess, see what openers we're going to have on both sides. As far as Cure goes, you can see that he is not going for the Reaper opener here. Well, I mean, it could be a Reaper, obviously, but not the double Rax Reaper that we've seen so much. Dark, everything looking pretty normal. Jeff Benzos, thank you for the sub. And it is going to be a Reaper expand. You know, Dark hasn't really scouted anything yet, so when you see the first Reaper, you could think, like, oh, maybe there's some more coming. There's not going to be. Hey, Jeff Benzos, gifting 5 subs. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Look at how the tables have turned. You were asking for a gifted sub, and now you are gifting subs. This truly is the Christmas spirit here today. All right. Anyways, nothing really out of the ordinary right now. Notice that it is 6 Zerglings being made. That kind of points towards like the new meta of the 3 Rax or the 2 Rax Reaper. 4-lings was completely standard before, but we're getting 6 this time. It's like kind of a little bit more safe against the 2 Rax Reaper with 3 Reapers. That's so common. Anyways, pushes that back. And it is going to be just the Reaper expand into Factory Command Center. And the Overlord sees everything, right? It saw the Factory, saw the add-on, it saw the Command Center. So Dark knows everything going on. Didn't even have to sacrifice the Overlord. The Overlord will make it out and still be alive. So that's really wonderful for him. He'll probably fly it up behind the main base now and maybe utilize it later as an Overseer or for a Nidus. Who knows? Honestly, wouldn't be too surprised with anything like that. Like, Dark is up 2-0. He can take some big risks here. Look at those guys. Look at those Warcraft 3 players down there having a little picnic, having a little, making a little bonfire. All right, so, you know, just standard stuff. The Reaper being annoying. This doesn't really matter all that much. Roachhorn, pretty quick. Pretty fast one there. But he's just going to use that defensively. I don't think we're going to see any sort of attack or anything, honestly. It's just he doesn't want to get Zergling speed and use Zerglings to defend these incoming Hellions. There's a Banshee on the way as well. So this is actually like one of the... This is like considered the safest 3 Rax or 3 Command Center opener that there is, right? This is like what Innovation used to do for like 40 games in a row in TVZ. Where it's like, okay, you do Reaper Expand, Factory, CC, Starport, Reactor to Hellion, plus Banshee. That can hold everything. And it can harass, and it's high economy, right? It's just like the everything build. So Command Center flying down. There are 9 roaches on the way. So you do want to keep an eye on that coming across the map. If the roaches appear at your base and your Hellions are out of position, your Banshee's out of position, that can still do massive damage. So you do want to be aware of this. Alright, few roaches kinda out there a little bit. Get caught by these Hellions. There's like another group to the top. I don't know what this roach movement honestly is from Dark. I'm kind of staring at it and like, it's like, okay, so 3 went at the bottom and like 3 went at the top or something. As if 3 roaches do anything. Like, I guess if you sneak them all the way past, you can like shoot down the SCVs, like one-shot them with 3 roaches. So maybe that was the idea, is you run in, you get like 4 roaches or something, then lose your roaches. I mean, 4 SCVs and lose your roaches, something like that. I don't know. Kind of a weird move. I mean, it's not, this is not so impactful, so it's not like that important. I was wondering, because you don't normally see that type of split at this point in the game with roaches. Kind of an interesting take from Dark. Okay, Cloaked Banshee's coming in. He does have a Spore here. Damn, that detection is long. For serious. Wild. Okay, Hellions up to the north here. Not getting that much. Like, 4 drones, you know, some transfusions being cast, like, a little bit of annoyance. You know, you're getting your macro up at home while you're doing this. Hopefully, Kira actually did get supply blocked during that, which is kind of annoying. And he actually will get caught and lose a Banshee. Again, none of this end of the world. But maybe not execute as well as it could have been there from Kira. All right, the Hellions rotating in, trying to get some kills here. Honestly, not that good. He damages a lot, very few kills. Double medevac coming out. 1-1. Almost done. Very slow here for Dark this game. Dark getting supply blocked. Already a Lurker Den. That's a very fast Lurker Den, I have to say, right? The games we've seen so far, we haven't seen something quite that quick. Again, a couple random roaches out on the map. Again, an Overlord being picked off. A lot of loose ends here from Dark. All right, quick pickup there from Kier. Hive almost done. Can get those lurker upgrades really going. The second factory in the armory is coming up, so we'll probably just see +1 vehicle weapons and then like 2 factory siege tank, which is going to be a good play here. Just generally against the lurkers, I think it's not bad at all. Obviously, the Vipers will help to, you know, make that not quite as bad. Ooh, a missed fungal. Completely missed. So, Lurker Viper being made primarily here. Still a little, like, roaming force here with the fungal plus roach. Definitely a different approach from Dark this game, because he's kind of making it look similar to the other games. Yeah, 6 Overlords is a lot. He's kind of making it look similar to the other games with the roach opening and the infestors walking around, but it's such a smaller contingent. And he's getting into very valuable late game tech a lot quicker. So I think that could potentially be a little bit surprising. But honestly, the way Kier is playing, I think he knows what's up. Like, he's got 2 factory siege tank +1 vehicle, and he's going into ghosts. You can't really ask for doing like a better way to play against this, right? Not really. So he's going to start knocking down some of these rocks. Dark maybe going to push into the center of the map a little bit more. Take some control. Push his creep. We have the Ghost Cloak coming up. Vikings. Couple of Vikings. What are these? Huh. Okay, the 2 Vikings. There's 2 things that these could be meant for. He's making 2 more. Okay, now we know. So, first off, he'll clear everything around his base so Nidus doesn't come in. But this is like an older style. Hold on, I'll talk about that in a second, because we have a couple of yoinks coming in. 3 yoinks. Pretty good engage right there, to be honest, from Dark. That was pretty high quality. Look at this. Insta-fungal as well. Deals with everything really well. Anyways, the amount of Vikings he's making looks like he's going to utilize these to zone out / snipe Vipers. Which isn't that common right now. So I'm interested in this. You really don't see that. Like, we saw that some when Vipers were still newer. But you really don't see that anymore. So I'm interested to see if that's going to work out well for him. Now that fungal was insane. A ton of damage to the medevacs. Gets the Vikings as well. Has to back up though. His actual army here is very, very weak. A lot of ghosts being made all at once. Siege tanks still. Command centers coming up. You know, both sides about maxed. So here it's about improving your army quality, trading favorably. His siege tank's kind of like really far forward here, not doing the job that they're intending. Okay, there we go. Pushing back these lurkers quite a bit. these lurkers are actually going to be able to blow up some of these new command centers, so that's highly annoying for Cure. Yeah, this little group not going to trade as well as it had hoped up there. Is he going to wrap these units around and go for those command centers? Not so sure. Lots and lots of ghosts coming out right now. What a different game. Dude, this has been really a pleasure here tonight with Dark. He has used so many different strategies. And we really don't normally see him play like this in Zerg vs. Terran. He normally plays slightly more tempo-oriented. Here he's kind of grinding, but he's kind... You know, I don't even know the right way to explain it. It's like very, very quick lurkers here. He is being annoying with them. But honestly, Kier has the right units so that it doesn't feel like Kier can die. Yeah, those Lings attacking in, not really able to trade for anything there. He has forced a lot of cancels on command centers, so you do have to give him that. Even gets the kill on that one. Yeah, the lurkers are being highly annoying at the moment. Is that the plan here? Just to be as annoying as possible. All right, move some more lurkers up. Ooh, that's a sick fungal right there. Getting some good spines off. Killing quite a few of these units. Yeah, retargeting here. Oh, the snipes, though, are too good. So Dark going to lose quite a bit there. Cure actually has, like, a massive amount of SCVs we need to point out. But he's lost a lot of his high-tech units, it feels like. Right? We saw a lot of siege tanks go down. Definitely needs to refill those. You know, if your opponent's going to play aggressively with lurkers, you have to have very deep siege lines. And if you see the amount of lurkers that are being made, it does feel like that's what Dark wants to do. Sometimes that's another way you can bust these bases, right? You run up and burrow, like even on a planetary, and they can't repair because you kill all the SCVs. In this case, obviously all of these over here are orbitals, so they can just lift off if in trouble. But Dark taking an okay engagement there at the beginning. Yeah, see, loses that one. So he's starting to get the trades he's looking for. This tank's being highly annoying, getting some great shots off. Really starting to reduce that lurker count a bit. The lurkers do snipe that as well. Oh god, just lurkers absolutely everywhere. Cure is starting to clean a lot of them up. One thing to mention, they're at very similar workers. Dark's economy is not overwhelming, even though he's got 83, because he's only actually mining from 5 base. So that's, it's like, it's important to mention, right? It's like, he's not completely unstoppable. He doesn't have 10k, right? This is a very action-packed game, so if you swing this as Cure, if you can wipe out his units, we could see a similar game to what we saw last time. Obviously, Cure lost that, but he did swing the game back into his favor, at least for a little bit, after stopping the non-stop relentless aggression. "34 lurkers have died, by the way." That's a lot of lurkers. Almost as many lurkers as Marines. Well, not really. Like, almost twice as many Marines, but seriously, it's a lot of lurkers. Yeah, so Kira doesn't know about the top right. I think you can probably assume it at this point. Finally does have drones at the top right, which I think is a very important. Those fringe bases, you definitely want to mine down as quickly as possible. And hasn't scanned that main yet, but obviously he has a hive based on the lurkers and their upgrades. And yeah, Dark is just starting to nuke areas. This area in particular is incredibly important. It looks like Dark is starting to get into a position where he might be able to end the game. Right? If you can actually hold this area, it looks like Snipes coming up may be able to clean it again here for Cure. So maybe Cure is still going to be fine. But if you can hold that position, it fractures all the bases from each other, which allows you, you know, an attack path to kill things that can't be reinforced if that's not dealt with. But Cure deals with that very quickly and somewhat efficiently. So we're actually back at a very similar supply. But doesn't it feel like Cure is not actually gaining overall value with this army? Like, no, that's not the right word. It's not value that I'm looking for. It's like the overall army quality for Cure is not really going up. He's hemorrhaging very valuable units during this. He's losing lots of tanks. He's losing ghosts as well. So he doesn't have that like super unstoppable army. There are a lot of Marines. There's a lot of Marauders in here, which aren't necessarily bad, but they're not going to trade as well. The ghosts come up. Those two tanks getting siege are going to get a total of 1 shot off between them. And some decent snipes coming out during this. That is a lot of Marauders as well, by the way. Backs up against those Lurkers. A little bit too low on the Marauders. 47 Lurkers now dead. And look, yeah, 17 ghosts have died, 21 tanks. So as I was talking about, right? That's where... Excuse me, we're not so sure about Cure's position. Like, I actually like Dark here slightly, just because he's reducing the army quality. That's the thing. If Zerg can continually reduce your army quality, like against Protoss, if they can keep the carrier count down, the High Templar count down, you know, against Terran, if they can keep the siege tank, ghost count down, that type of thing, it's like, well, it's pretty hard to win with, like, the tier 1, 1.5 units in a long Hive game, right? That's generally not going to happen. Like, Zerg's going to be very cost efficient with that. You need the ghosts, you need the tanks. And he's having a hard time keeping those. If you were keeping those and more losing Marines and Marauders, then suddenly your army quality is getting so high that Dark might have no chance at that point. But it really is so much about unit retention when you have these high quality units. So another set of Liberators coming in here. Or one of the first sets of Liberators, rather, sorry. Pushing back those Lurkers somewhat. Look at this. Forcing a liftoff here. Might kill a command center. Yeah, gonna get one. Backs up into those Lurkers. Those will get cleaned as well, but honestly, this feels okay for Dark still. This whole end is like on fire. It's in a bad spot. Cure's still mining from 2 bases, but he needs to do more than that. Yeah, Cure's units lost is within 4K of Dark's. You need to have a slightly better trade than that, for sure. Ling's coming in, trading with 4 siege tanks. Beautiful from Dark again. Oh, man. Very few mineral patches even left over here. We're getting to the end. We're getting to the end. This is looking like a Cure victory. I mean, sorry, a Dark victory. I think Beyond's going to win. Right, little attack there in the corner. Cure pulling back. Yeah, some Banelings getting in on top of those ghosts. Don't quite get it, though. Don't quite get it. Unit's going to come up. I don't think he'll lose his hatch. Be pretty surprising if he does. So few units there. I like the abduct on the ghost, honestly. Totally worth. Yeah, I mean, some decent, definitely some decent snipes coming out. The Cure is barely holding on right now. 140. His army supply is good still, but this is a much more supply-efficient army than what we've seen Dark playing with so far tonight. Roach-based army is very supply inefficient. Lurker, Ling, Hydra, Viper, that's pretty supply efficient. So when you see this, that he's 109, that's scary. All right, comes in here and breaks through. This is somewhere that Dark really excels, where it's like, okay, well, maybe you're still doing things on the map, but now I'm harassing in your main base. I've broken down the door. You're gonna have to deal with this for the rest of the game. Cure's still killing a lot of high-value targets here. A lot of good units going down. Oof. It's a good fungal. It's a lot of medevacs, though, isn't it? Yeah, the Lings are just tearing them apart right now. Cure has so little left over. He wants to take that base he's attacking, but Dark has those 2 in the top right. And he's got so much supply. He's got so many minerals here. He can just like, oh no, fungal plus parasitic. Look at this. Medevac death. Yeah, another fungal going down. GG. Gong gong. Dark gonna take it. 3-0. 3-0 there. Damn. What a night. What a night. Some crazy games.